Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we are talking about one of the most talked about modern American coins, the United States of America $quarter crossing the Delaware from 2021. This coin may look simple at first glance, but once you start learning its story, design, and hidden details, it becomes something every coin lover wants to examine closely. This quarter was released as a return to a classic design that collectors had been waiting for. The image shows George Washington boldly crossing the Delaware River, a powerful moment from American history that symbolizes leadership, courage, and determination. Unlike older quarters that showed a calm portrait, this design feels alive. Washington is standing strong, the movement of the boat and river giving the coin a dramatic energy that instantly catches the eye. What makes this coin special is not just the artwork, but the fact that it was minted in very large numbers for circulation. That means many people spent it without realizing its potential. For collectors, this creates an exciting challenge. Finding one in top condition straight from circulation is not easy, and condition matters a lot with modern coins. Now let us talk about rarity and errors, because this is where excitement truly begins. Most crossing the Delaware quarters are common, but some examples stand out due to minting mistakes. Look carefully for double details on the lettering or on Washington's figure. Some coins show die chips, especially around the boat or lettering, creating raised metal that was never meant to be there. Off-center strikes, weak strikes, or unusual textures can turn an ordinary quarter into a collector treasure. Coins struck on slightly flawed planchets can also show unusual surfaces or thickness, which collectors actively search for. Another important factor is mint mark and condition. Coins from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco exist, and those kept in uncirculated or proof condition are far more desirable. Proof versions, especially with deep mirror surfaces and sharp details, are highly respected among collectors. A clean strike with no scratches, strong luster, and crisp edges can make a big difference in value. For coin lovers, this quarter represents the thrill of the hunt. It reminds us that valuable coins are not always old. Sometimes history, design, and a small minting error can turn pocket change into something worth saving. Listen carefully, check your change, and take your time examining every detail, because that is how collectors discover hidden gems. Now let us talk about value. In the real market, most circulated crossing the Delaware quarters are worth face value, which is 25 cents. Uncirculated examples can sell for $1 to $5 depending on condition. Proof coins usually sell for several dollars. Error coins can be worth much more, with some selling for tens or even hundreds of dollars. At auction, rare and dramatic errors in top condition have reached values in the hundreds of dollars, depending on demand and quality. Top 2, we are going to talk about a coin that many people have seen, spent, and forgotten, but collectors know it deserves a second look. From today we are making a special video on the United States of America $quarter from 1981. This coin comes from a fascinating period in modern coin history, and if you listen carefully, you may never look at your old quarters the same way again. The 1981 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front, strong and timeless, just as Americans had known it for decades. On the reverse, the iconic eagle stands proud, symbolizing strength and unity. At first glance, this quarter looks ordinary, but what makes it interesting is the era it comes from. The early 1980s were a time of change in U.S. coin production, and that change created opportunities for collectors. One important thing to know is that quarters from 1981 were produced in large numbers, but many were heavily circulated. Finding one today in sharp, clean condition is much harder than most people think. Coins that still have original shine, strong details in Washington's hair, and clear feathers on the eagle are not common in everyday change. Now let us talk about what really excites collectors: mint errors and varieties. Some 1981 quarters show double details, especially in the lettering and date. Others may have off-center strikes, where the design is slightly shifted, making the coin stand out instantly. There are also examples with weak strikes, where certain parts of the design look faded due to low pressure during minting. Die cracks and die chips are another key feature to watch for, often appearing as raised lines or blobs of metal that were never part of the original design. Mint marks also matter. Quarters from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all exist, and each has its own collector interest. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially popular, known for their mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. A proof coin with deep contrast and no damage can be a highlight in any collection. For coin lovers, the 1981 quarter is a reminder that value is not always about age. It is about condition, rarity, and those small mistakes that turn an ordinary coin into something special. Checking your old change, rolls, or collections could lead to an exciting discovery. Now let us talk about value. In today's real market, most circulated 1981 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars. Proof versions often sell for several dollars depending on quality. Error coins are where the real money appears, with some selling for tens of dollars, and rare, high-quality errors reaching hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 3. We are making a special video for coin lovers who enjoy discovering value hidden in everyday change. From today, we are talking about the United States of America $quarter from 1977. This coin may look ordinary, but once you understand its background, details, and collector secrets, it becomes a piece worth paying attention to. The 1977 quarter belongs to a time when the United States was moving forward after the bicentennial celebration. While many people focus on the special 1976 quarters, the coins made just after that period are often overlooked. That is exactly why collectors are now giving this quarter a closer look. It carries the classic George Washington portrait on the front, strong and familiar, while the eagle on the back represents power and stability. The design feels simple, but simplicity often hides important details. What makes this coin interesting for collectors is condition. Millions were minted, and most were used heavily in daily transactions. Because of that, finding one with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal wear is not easy today. Look closely at Washington's hair, the lettering, and the eagle's feathers. Coins with clear, bold details instantly stand out. Now let us talk about rarity and errors, because this is where excitement truly begins. Some 1977 quarters were struck with doubled lettering, especially noticeable in the words and date. Others show off center strikes, where part of the design is shifted, making the coin visually dramatic. Die cracks and die chips are also found on some examples, appearing as raised lines or small metal bumps that were never meant to be part of the design. These errors turn a common coin into something collectors actively search for. Mint marks also play a role. Quarters from Philadelphia and Denver were made for circulation, while San Francisco produced proof coins. Proof quarters are especially popular with collectors because of their mirror-like fields and sharp details. A clean proof with no scratches or cloudiness is considered very desirable. For coin lovers, the 1977 quarter is a reminder that you do not always need ancient coins to build a valuable collection. Knowledge, patience, and careful observation can turn a simple coin into a meaningful find. Listen carefully, take your time, and enjoy the process of searching through coins, because that is where the real joy of collecting lives. Now let us talk about value. In the real market, most circulated 1977 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can be worth a few dollars. Proof coins usually sell for several dollars depending on condition. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, and rare, high-quality errors have reached hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 4. We are making a special video for everyone who loves coins and enjoys discovering hidden stories inside everyday money. From today, we are talking about the United States of America $quarter from 1974. This coin comes from an important time in American history, and while many people have held it in their hands, very few truly understand what makes it interesting and valuable to collectors. The 1974 quarter features the classic George Washington portrait that Americans recognized for generations. His profile appears calm and strong, representing leadership and tradition. On the reverse side, the powerful eagle stands with wings spread wide, holding arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of both strength and peace. The design may feel familiar, but familiarity often causes people to overlook important details. This quarter was produced during a period of heavy circulation. Millions were struck, and most were used daily for years. Because of this, finding a 1974 quarter in excellent condition today is not easy. Collectors carefully examine the sharpness of Washington's hair, the clarity of the lettering, and the fine details on the eagle's feathers. Coins that still show strong luster and minimal wear are far more desirable. Now let us move into the most exciting part for collectors: rarity and errors. Some 1974 quarters were struck with double details, especially visible in the date or lettering. Others show off-center strikes, where the design appears shifted, making the coin visually unique. Die cracks and die chips are also found on certain examples, appearing as raised lines or small metal blobs that were never meant to be part of the original design. These minting mistakes are what turn an ordinary quarter into a collector favorite. Mint marks are another important detail. Quarters from Philadelphia and Denver were made for circulation, while San Francisco produced proof versions. Proof coins are known for their mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. A proof quarter with clean surfaces and strong contrast is highly respected among collectors and often kept carefully protected. For coin lovers, the 1974 quarter represents the excitement of searching through history. It teaches us that value is not only about age, but about condition, rarity, and those small imperfections that make each coin unique. Listening carefully and taking time to examine coins is how collectors discover treasures hiding in plain sight. Now let us talk about value. In the real market, most circulated 1974 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars. Proof coins usually sell for several dollars depending on condition. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, and rare, high-quality error examples have reached hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 5. We are making an exciting video for everyone who loves coins and enjoys finding hidden value in modern pocket change. From today, we are talking about the United States of America quarter dollar from 1998. This coin marks the final year before a major change in U.S. coinage, and that alone makes it a fascinating piece for collectors to study closely. The 1998 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front, a design that had been used for decades. On the reverse, the proud eagle stands with wings spread, symbolizing strength and tradition. What makes this coin special is its place in history. It was the last standard eagle reverse quarter before the famous state quarters program began in 1999. Because of this, many collectors consider it the end of an era. Millions of these quarters were produced, and most entered heavy circulation. Because they were used daily, finding one today with sharp details and original shine is not easy. Collectors carefully inspect the hair detail on Washington, the crispness of the lettering, and the feathers on the eagle. Coins with strong strikes and clean surfaces stand out immediately and are far more desirable. Now let us move into the part that excites collectors the most: rarity and errors. Some 1998 quarters show double details in the date or lettering, caused by die issues during minting. Others may display off-center strikes, where part of the design is shifted, creating a dramatic and eye-catching look. Die cracks and die chips are also known on some examples, appearing as raised lines or small metal blobs that were never meant to exist. These minting mistakes turn an ordinary quarter into something collectors actively search for. Mint marks also matter. Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while San Francisco produced proof versions. Proof quarters are especially popular because of their mirror-like finish and sharp details. A proof coin with deep contrast and no surface damage is considered highly collectible. For coin lovers, the 1998 quarter is a reminder that modern coins can still hold excitement and value. It teaches us that knowledge and patience are key. By carefully checking coins and understanding their history, collectors can uncover pieces that others overlook. Now let us talk about value. In the real market, most circulated 1998 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars. Proof coins usually sell for several dollars depending on quality. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, and rare, high-quality error examples have reached hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 6. We are diving into a coin that many people have held in their hands but few truly understand, the United States of America $quarter from 1971. From today, we are exploring why this coin is more than just pocket change and why collectors around the world pay close attention to it. The 1971 quarter marks an interesting period in American coinage history. It was produced shortly after the removal of silver from circulating quarters, which means every coin from this year is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. On the front, we see the familiar profile of George Washington, strong and timeless, while on the reverse, the eagle stands proud with wings spread, holding arrows and an olive branch. At first glance, it seems like a standard design, but the real value is in the details and condition of the coin. Most 1971 quarters were struck for heavy circulation, which means finding one today in excellent condition is a real challenge. Collectors carefully study Washington's hair, the crispness of the date, and the fine details in the eagle's feathers. Coins with sharp strikes, full detail, and original luster immediately stand out from ordinary circulated examples. What really excites collectors are the minting errors and varieties. Some 1971 quarters show doubled lettering or doubled dates, which occur when the die shifts slightly during striking. Others were struck off-center, giving the coin a unique and eye-catching look. Die cracks and die chips are also found on certain examples, often appearing as small raised lines or bumps near the lettering or eagle. These imperfections are what can turn an ordinary quarter into a highly desirable collector's piece. Mint marks are another factor to consider. Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while San Francisco produced proof versions. Proof coins are especially sought after for their mirror-like surfaces and sharp contrast. A proof coin from 1971 with clean surfaces and no scratches is considered highly collectible. For collectors, the 1971 quarter is a reminder that value isn't just about age, it's about condition, rarity, and unique characteristics. Patience, attention to detail, and careful observation are key to discovering coins that others might overlook. In terms of value, most circulated 1971 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars. Proof coins usually sell for several dollars depending on condition. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, and rare, high-grade errors have reached hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 7. We are diving into a coin that many people have seen but few truly understand, the United States of America $quarter from 1966. From today, we are exploring why this coin is more than just pocket change and why collectors consider it an interesting and sometimes valuable piece. The 1966 quarter comes from a fascinating period in U.S. coin history. This was the first year that the United States completely removed mint marks from quarters, a decision made during the post-silver transition era. It was also produced during a time of rapid coinage to meet public demand after the removal of silver from circulating coins. On the front, George Washington's profile is firm and timeless, while on the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings proudly, holding arrows and an olive branch. Although the design appears familiar, subtle details and variations make this coin stand out for collectors. Most 1966 quarters were heavily circulated, which makes finding one in excellent condition increasingly rare. Collectors carefully examine the fine details, such as Washington's hair, the sharpness of the date, and the definition of the eagle's feathers. Coins with full details and strong original luster are highly sought after and immediately catch the eye of a serious collector. One of the most exciting aspects of this coin is the presence of mint errors and varieties. Some coins show doubled lettering or doubled dates, caused by die shifts during striking. Others may display off-center strikes, giving the coin a dramatic and unusual appearance. Die cracks and die chips are also known to appear, often as raised lines or small bumps near the date or lettering. These imperfections can turn an ordinary circulated quarter into a collectible treasure. Another interesting factor is the surface and strike quality. Because the 1966 quarters were minted rapidly to meet demand, some coins show unusual textures or weak strikes. High-grade uncirculated examples with clean, bright surfaces are rare and increasingly valuable to collectors. For coin lovers, the 1966 quarter is a reminder that history, condition, and rarity together create value. Even a seemingly ordinary coin can hold hidden potential if examined carefully. Patience and attention to detail are key to discovering coins that others might overlook. In terms of value, most circulated 1966 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars. Proof versions are usually priced slightly higher, depending on condition. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, while rare, high-grade error examples have reached hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 8. We are exploring a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but to collectors, it is full of history, intrigue, and potential value. The United States of America $quarter from 1978. From today, we will dive deep into why this coin continues to capture the attention of collectors and coin enthusiasts alike. The 1978 quarter features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, portraying strength and stability. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings wide, holding arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of both power and peace. While millions of these quarters were minted for everyday use, subtle details and unique varieties make some examples far more interesting than others. Most 1978 quarters were heavily circulated, which makes finding one today with full original luster and sharp details a real challenge. Collectors closely examine the hair detail on Washington, the precision of the date and lettering, and the intricate feathers of the eagle. Coins with crisp detail and clean surfaces immediately stand out from the rest. The most exciting part for collectors lies in the errors and rare varieties. Some 1978 quarters display doubled dates or doubled lettering, which occurs when the coin is struck slightly off during the minting process. Others are struck off-center, creating a striking visual difference that makes them highly desirable. Die cracks and die chips are also known to appear, often as tiny raised lines or blobs of metal near the date, lettering, or eagle. These small imperfections can turn an ordinary coin into a true collectible treasure. Mint marks also play an important role. Philadelphia and Denver coins were produced for circulation, while San Francisco struck proof versions with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. Proof examples in pristine condition are especially sought after and can command higher prices among collectors. For coin enthusiasts, the 1978 quarter is more than just currency. It is a piece of history that teaches patience, attention to detail, and the thrill of discovery. Even modern-looking coins can hide surprises that make them stand out in a collection. When it comes to value, most circulated 1978 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars, depending on condition. Proof coins are slightly higher, often selling for several dollars. Error coins can fetch tens of dollars, and rare, high-grade error examples have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 9. We are exploring a coin that might be sitting unnoticed in your pocket or drawer, but to collectors, it is full of stories and hidden value. The United States of America $quarter from 1990. From today, we will uncover what makes this coin special, why collectors pay close attention to it, and how even modern coins can have surprising rarity. The 1990 quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, a design that has been a symbol of strength and continuity for decades. On the reverse, the bold eagle spreads its wings, holding arrows and an olive branch, representing both power and peace. While the design might seem familiar, the details and production of this year's coins make certain examples highly collectible. Most 1990 quarters were minted for circulation, which means millions entered everyday commerce. Over time, these coins were exposed to wear and tear, making it harder to find examples with sharp detail and original luster. Collectors pay special attention to the fine lines in Washington's hair, the clarity of the date, and the detailed feathers on the eagle. Coins that retain their crisp strike and clean surfaces are highly desirable. What makes this coin even more fascinating are the minting errors and unique varieties. Some 1990 quarters show doubled lettering or doubled dates, created by subtle shifts in the dies during striking. Others were struck off-center, creating coins that immediately catch the eye with unusual appearance. Die cracks and die chips are also known to appear on certain examples, manifesting as tiny raised lines or metal blobs. These errors can instantly turn an ordinary coin into a collectible treasure. mint marks are another aspect to consider. Philadelphia and Denver coins were produced for circulation, while San Francisco struck proof coins with mirror-like surfaces and precise details. High-quality proof coins are especially attractive to collectors and are often priced higher due to their pristine appearance. For coin enthusiasts, the 1990 quarter is a reminder that modern coins are far from ordinary. Even coins that seem common can hold surprises when examined carefully. Understanding details, spotting errors, and appreciating condition are what make collecting exciting. Now let's talk about value. In the real market, most circulated 1990 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples typically sell for a few dollars. Proof coins are usually worth several dollars depending on quality. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, and rare, high-grade error examples have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Top 10 and last rare quarter. We are diving into a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but holds a surprising story for collectors, the United States of America $quarter from 1984. From today, we are going to explore why this coin is more than just pocket change and why collectors pay close attention to its details, errors, and variations. The 1984 quarter features the timeless portrait of George Washington on the front, showing strength and dignity. On the back, the eagle spreads its wings wide, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both defense and peace. While millions of these quarters were minted for everyday use, certain details and unique production characteristics make some examples much more interesting and desirable. Most 1984 quarters were heavily circulated, which means finding one with full original luster and sharp details is increasingly rare. Collectors look closely at Washington's hair, the crispness of the date, and the fine details in the eagle's feathers. Coins with strong strike, clean surfaces, and bright appearance immediately stand out to serious collectors. What really excites collectors are the mint errors and rare varieties. Some 1984 quarters display doubled dates or doubled lettering, caused by minor shifts in the dies during striking. Others were struck off-center, giving the coin a visually dramatic and highly collectible look. Die cracks and die chips are also known, often appearing as small raised lines or bumps near the lettering or the eagle. These unusual imperfections can instantly turn an ordinary quarter into a sought-after collector's piece. Mint marks also add value and interest. Coins were produced in Philadelphia and Denver for circulation, while San Francisco struck proof versions with mirror-like surfaces and extremely sharp details. Proof coins in pristine condition are especially desirable and can command higher prices among collectors. For coin lovers, the 1984 quarter is a reminder that even modern coins can hide surprises. Paying attention to detail, spotting errors, and understanding the condition of the coin are what make collecting exciting. It shows that history, craftsmanship, and rarity can be found even in coins minted decades ago. Now let's talk about value. Most circulated 1984 quarters are worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a few dollars. Proof coins typically sell for several dollars depending on condition. Error coins can sell for tens of dollars, while rare, high-grade error examples have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Keep examining your coins carefully, stay curious, and I will see you in the next video where we continue exploring hidden treasures in everyday money.